Hello and welcome back to episode 32 of our Timberborn Ironteeth Meander playthrough. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Glad to have you. And if you are new to the channel, you might want to check out episode 1 in this series, see how we got here. So today we are going to try and work on the upgrades to our power tower, but we are low on wood. So what I am going to do is we're going to do a time lapse to get some logs. First, I'm just going to get these eggplants gone. We have plenty of eggplants. And then we will utilize this area for, well, we need, what is it that we need? We need lumberjack flags. You know what? I'm not even going to bother with that. We'll just put one lumberjack flag here. And then we'll delete these two farmhouses and make some more of them as well. So let's see. Lumberjack, 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 lumberjack. Something like that. Yes. Okay, plant the oaks. Double check that everything's marked for cutting. It is. All right, so I'm going to find a nice viewpoint somewhere right about there. And I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, so a couple things I noticed when I came back. We are sitting at almost no grease, no canola seeds, just a little bit of canola oil. So, we need more canola and possibly more grease factories. Yeah, so that's the thing that we should be aware of. And we are also full on dirt. And we were working on expanding this food farm to grow more canola. But we ran out of dirt. So I figure we can work on this for a little bit and then continue the time lapse if need be after this is done. The other thing we could do, obviously, to help with that would be to build more storage for our dirt. But I think we can just go ahead and build out a lot of these terrain blocks. And pretty much call that good. Okay, let's go just a little bit lower so we're not looking through that scaffolding. No need to try to finagle our way through that. Oh, that's too high. Oh, we need a tower there. Let's see. That should work. We're missing one over here, too. Let's see. What are we missing? There should be another one right here. So let's mark that one for deletion. There should also be one right there. And then there should be one right here on this corner, but I'm hoping if I build something right on that corner, that would be good enough. Okay. Just like so. Materials. And we have eaten through our dirt supply quite quickly. Quite quickly indeed. We almost finished this. Go look at our mine, our dirt excavators, and let's see if we can maybe get a little bit more storage for the dirt. So that when we go back into time lapse letting resources build up, we will hopefully have a little bit more. Okay, I see the problem with that. We decided to go up here, so that stairway is kind of in the way. And this is not the experimental branch, so we don't have access to spiral staircases, and we're not using ladders. They're right there, but we're not using them. So I think let's just work on making a primitive spiral staircase, we'll call it. So instead of that being up there, basically want it to be over here so that we can still cross over this way. I think that's how we want it. And then we can go like so. No, we can't do that, can we? Because then that can't go over there. So we do need this extra bit of stuff. Okay, so that's going to connect. No problem then. We need singles here, singles there. There we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead and select these buildings and make them store dirt, store dirt, store dirt, and store dirt. It says they still don't have access. Did we miss a... Wow, this is the worst way to go down here. Ah, yes, there's the one little path we're missing still. Excellent. So we got a total, let's see, 360 more times 2, so 720 more dirt storage. It's not an insignificant amount, so that should help. Yeah, we can probably just finish off this layer now, which would be sweet. Okay. Just have them build whatever they can, and we'll come back if there's any spots where we're like, oh, we can't build that way because it's waiting on something that it needs. And that might be the case over here, to be perfectly honest. We'll find out soon enough. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and mark where our pillars are. So there's one there. there and there. And if we drag this way down here, we can then use our scroll wheel to see where those pillars were. Hold Alt and use your scroll wheel, and it will zoom in and out one layer at a time, so you can keep a block selected to build while changing layers. Then after that, you can use your X tool, which is really just holding down X in order to help line these up. Since we know that there's a gap of, there's supposed to be a gap of 2. Those are not the right spot, these two. There's supposed to be a gap of 2 in between them. How I designed mine anyway. So there we go. So 1, 2, just like so. Gonna unpause it, no need for that. Okay. Right there, there, there. Something like that ought to do it. We'll just scroll down a little bit. So again, we're not looking at our scaffolding. Honestly, I think we can blow up a little bit of this. You know, something like a double dynamite there and there. And a single over here. Actually, double right there. I think I had envisioned that pillar in the wrong spot for a little bit. Now, the nice part about while we're working on all of this is it's not consuming wood. So our wood is still going up, which we will need for that power tower. Which is great news. So we're going to put this pretty much exactly where this farmhouse and irrigation pond was. We're going to do that again. The only difference this time is that we're going to have to delete this control tower and remake it, just for the fact that they do not hold water. We're going to use dams again because I decided to, even though it uses wood. Or not dams, levees. Excuse me. Misspoke there. There's our irrigation pond. Plug up that hole and put a control tower on it right away so that we have it ready to go. Again, like so. Something's waiting here. This one, that's the problem. They couldn't build this one. Well, actually, yeah, once this one's built, they should be able to build that one, that one. All of those should be good to go after that, I think. Maybe we need to delete that one. Okay. And then we just need some platforms. We need a fluid dump. We need at least one farmhouse. We need a stairs. We need the paths. We need to figure out what this is waiting on. I think it's not waiting on anything. Excellent. For this layer, we need a two-way station. There we are. I'll connect just fine right there. Then we can do the path. Right like so. And then some farmhouses. One there and one there. I don't think we need 4. I think we want 4 below it, but I don't know if we really need that many. We have the bots to spare to work it, so why not? Why? I should really go to my district center and set new buildings to bots is what I should do. So let's see here. What was I going to build? Oh yeah, another farmhouse. There we go. Set it to bots. Can't quite reach all the way over there. Well, let's fix that by just adding... Where I would have done it would have been through there or over here. There's not really a good place to make a new... Well, this one can reach, so we're fine. We're fine. All right, let's just plant that canola. And then we can let our lumber storages go back up. Now, is this more canola than we need? Almost certainly. Be very surprised if it's not overkill. But, you know what? We're going to be expanding our other food at some point here too, probably. And we're just running through the canola, so let's go all in on it. Now, I did say we could use another grease factory. We're not using this gear workshop at the moment. I'm going to replace it with a grease factory, I think. And then do we... I want to make sure that's set to bots. I wonder if we're having issues with enough haulers moving things around. I think I'm going to build one more hauling post and just put it at low priority. District management. There we go. Not builder's hut. Hauling post. We didn't have the bots to it. Let's have it be real beavers, I guess. For now. Some of these... It's the doors on different sides, and that's why they're spinning different directions. Yep. Actually, it looks kind of cool that they're going in opposite directions there. Right next to each other. And that they're synced up so nicely. Actually, is there... Not really a way for them not to be synced up, I guess. They'll always cross paths. But they just will cross paths at a different point. I don't know. No, they won't know. I'm gonna stop. I can't think right now about that. I thought it looked cool. One of them got paused somehow though, or ran out. Because it's not run by bots. Oh, interesting. No, I think we can have maybe some of these builders be bots instead. Be regular beavers instead, and have the robots making the grease constantly. We do have this one bot assembler turned off. We might be turning that back on here at some point fairly soon. But at the moment, that eats up a lot of wood, so we'd rather not. Okay. Let's go ahead and find our handy dandy spot again. And prepare for a time lapse. And here we go. All right, it looks like these trees are building up a little bit faster than we can um, harvest them. So I'm going to delete 2 of these medical beds and put in 2 more lumberjacks right in there, just to help with that a little bit. All right, I think we have enough logs to probably try this power tower upgrade. So hopefully I don't mess it up. It's been a while. We're gonna have to first turn off our bad water source. That's gonna really hamper our um ability to produce power. That's gonna cause some issues. We do have these engines in the meantime. They're burning a lot of the logs too. That's probably part of the reason it took so long to build them up, to be honest. We have our gravity batteries up pretty high. We do have to wait for this water to drain. It's not going to drain very quickly. Um, let's see. Okay, so those are overhangs and impermeable floors. Good. Wow. Oh, it'll go faster if I put it at 3 times speed. Okay, so I want to check if any of these places we turned, if we built any levees as floors, thinking, oh, the water just doesn't need to pass through. Because we really want them to be overhangs so that we can either delete or build the impermeable floors as needed. And it looks like they all are. So that is wonderful news, actually. Sweet. All right, so keeping it paused for now while I work this out. So water goes this way, that way, this way. Okay, wait, what do we got going on here? We have just an opening. That needs to be impermeable floor without, well, it just needs to be an impermeable floor, period, so that we can then not an overhang, and then if we need to change it to an impermeable floor, we'll make it as such. But that opening needs to be fixed. Where was that opening? Right there. So this overhang that has this platform needs to instead be an overhang. Okay. Oh. Right like so. All right, so is this the top? Yes, it's the top. Okay, so that needs to be built. So this has an impermeable floor. Okay, water goes this way, this way, and then we need it to go this way. What's going on over here? Did we not have this floor all the way done? We were not this far along as I thought. Okay. Oh yeah, we did 6 by overhangs. So we do need something over here. We have nothing above these ones. Why did it? Is it because I tried to save somebody, or why did I choose to do it? Oh, we just hadn't got in there yet because we were using these to build all of that and yada, yada, yada. Okay, I think I understand what happened. Um, we are going to want to place the large water wheels here before we continue on, while we can still access them. And we just have a little bit more to build back here. The good news is this one can stay, and we can use that to then... Here, let's try to extend that. Like so? Question mark? I want to extend it this way so that we can use it to build or remove impermeable floors as needed. Yeah, so it needs to be able to access over here. So if I say, yeah, put a double platform there, one of these, we should be able then to connect over this way and access all of those impermeable floors below it. All of these overhangs to add impermeable floors as needed. Unfortunately, nighttime. Okay, they're bringing the logs and planks. Okay, we can definitely build the other ones of these after those are complete, actually. Okay, because we need to get these tubeways out of the way. It looks like we need... Oh, that's out of the way enough, I guess. That's great news. Okay. Yeah, wait for that to build, and then we can delete the next section here. One of the possible issues might be because we are out all of that power. Our plank production might be suffering. We'll just have to see if that ends up being an issue or not. Okay, those are complete. I think 4 of them needed to go away. Excellent. I'm having trouble remembering exactly why. On this side, they had to be small. Oh, I remember why, because we didn't want to go further back than the source over here. We already had the back set up. For a second, I thought it was a height issue. It's not a height issue. Okay. So now that those are done, we have to delete more of the tubeways. Fortunately, it's just hard to get these this rubble back. It's not a lot of resources though. Okay, so we don't want to delete more than that because it looks like I actually already messed up these levees. Can't be levees. Okay, yeah, I used a... That's what I did. Okay, so what I should do... We gotta delete that overhang, and we need to make a 2x overhang so that we can build a platform there. Because that's on the middle where we don't need something right here. So we should be able to build our 2-ways like that and keep them out of the way, I believe. And over here, it looks like we might not even need the platform. We might need to build vertical 2-ways, actually, to get up higher. We'll see. So 2-way there. Now we need to do something like that. Then if we actually to make this I'm surprised they're able to build some of this. How are they able to reach all that? I guess they could build it from over here. That makes it easier. But these ones won't be able to be built so easily. And if we're still doing this, these, nope, definitely not that. Levee here, but we need a 1x2 overhang right here for these small turbines. And we need kind of the same thing here. Like so. I think I said turbines. I definitely meant water wheel. But really basically the same thing. We do need a power shaft right there. And we're going to have to figure out how we're connecting all of these compact water wheels. All right, let's see what they can build there. I think they can't reach this stuff. Yes, okay. That was to be expected. Let's get the 2-way going there. And then we're going to need vertical 2-ways here. Or one vertical 2-way, rather. Okay, the planks are holding steady. Watch, I was waiting for logs to build up, and this last bit of it, we didn't need that many logs. Oh well. We'll see. If I need to demolish a bunch because of a mistake, the logs will come in handy. So I still feel like this was a safer method. Let's do a little bit of power shaft roulette. Make these resources go somewhere. They went down there. That's fine with me. I said power shaft roulette. I definitely meant power shaft shuffle. That's what we call that, and it makes a lot more sense than roulette. All right. Finish these last bits. Looks like we do need to do some work. Yes, some work here. I believe triple platforms on these. I gotta look down at how I did this on these other layers. Let's see. I didn't do triple platform up there. Oh, it was held on by. Okay, let's delete those triple platforms. So on this triple platform, we need an overhang, but it's cutting through this overhang right now, so we can't do it quite yet. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Now let's go through and add all the impermeable floors that we need, because we are going to need quite a few. Let's see, right here, here. Oh, there's nothing to hold that in. That does not work. Wait a minute. This way, this way, this way. Yeah, and that needs stuff. How did I miss that? Well, that's going to be problematic, isn't it? Depends which ones it needs to turn. So it's going to go this way, then it's going to go this way, and then drop down. I think I messed up somewhere. Me mess up, impossible. Yeah, we definitely need a levee here to block it in. Okay, so it's gonna go this way, this way, this way, this way. Yeah, this is wrong here. It's gonna drop down here. So then that means it's gonna need a levee here. This way, not that way. This way. I can't delete that one right now. Okay, drops there again. Can't delete that one. Okay, we have some problems. Okay, so it's gonna go past there. This way. Drop down here. Go here. Go here. Go here. Okay, so yeah, it was just messed up a couple places. So this is where we're going to want and need to have all this extra wood, because stuff's not going to go well. Okay, so it's coming out here. We had it passing over this way, right? Yep, okay. Goes this way. Goes this way. Why did I build the... Oh, that was part of the wall. Okay, so that makes sense. This has to just go. And a lot of things are going to come with it. It needs an impermeable floor there. All of this does, actually. Wait, this is the bottom layer. Yeah. Because we got to have it drop here. This is where it's coming. It's coming from this way. Okay. The bottom layer needs impermeable floors the whole way across. That makes sense. Okay, now we're at this next layer. So we said it had to drop down here. That means impermeable floors like so. Do I have? Okay, there are. Comes from over here. it has to cross here. For that part, we're gonna need that levee here. And I think the easiest way would be a platform down here. 2 triples. Okay. Nope. 2 triples. 1 triple, a double, and an overhang. Okay. This already has it on this side. Okay, so that's looking good. So basically it's going to have to drop in from right here. My math is correct. Yep. That looks good. This way, coming from. So we need to let the water pass through here now. So for that, we're going to need some additional things. A levee. Triple platform, single platform. Levee. Triple platform, double platform, triple overhang. Impermeable floors. Okay. Go up. We should really, just to make it look a little nicer, put another levee there. Can't remember if this is right or not. Back up to the top. Comes out here. So it needs to cross here. Yep, okay. It needs to not cross. Wait. Cross here, cross here, cross here, not cross over here. And cross here. What is resting on top of that? Okay. I think we can get away with deleting that. We are going to need some work over here, of course. We know that. So think like so. Followed by triple, double, 3x1 overhang. Impermeable floors. Did I miss a spot under there? Kind of looks like it, but at the same time, I don't think so. I think it just got built first. Ah. Let's just try to click and drag. Yep. Oh, there was one that was missed. Good catch then. So then it's got to drop there. I think. Paused. I need to be paused. All right, so let's figure out this wall over here now. Do a little power shaft shuffle. Should be able to reach that. Go pick it up quickly, please. No space. Okay. There's no space. It means we don't need it right now. So we need to delete which one of these? Oh, just basically right here, we need it to be that. But this. Okay. So then we need the levees here. Why does it look different throughout this? This is a problem. Not a big one, though. Okay. Sure, it could be a double, doesn't matter. They have levees keeping it in check. All right, so all of these need connection still. Did I mess up with my power shafts? Okay, these are all connected to each other. Those are all connected to each other. And the grid for that matter. These should all be connected to each other. Yep. And those are. Okay, so basically what's not connected is this section of them. So we need to figure out a way to get that connected with all of this other junk. And I think that's what this was the start of. An attempt to do just that. I don't know what these power shafts are for anymore. So we do something like this. We can get those power shafts across there pretty simply. Just a little bit of a platform shenanigans should get us across there pretty readily. Don't know why it's paused. A little more platform shenanigans. Actually, let's go down a little bit here so that we can do something like this to get around this corner. And I'm thinking so that I can go this direction. So then this just needs to be a double. Okay. Excellent. I have not thought about how I'm going to reach this to build this. Obviously, that needs to happen. Oh, that's in the wrong spot. Oh, not right there, right here. But now we need to actually go down one. So, but that's all the further we need to go with that, is it not? This is the bottom of it. So if we do a vertical power shaft up here, a power shaft, can't I do a power shaft there? Oh, there already is a power shaft there. Wonderful. Is there another layer above that? Indeed there is. And then all of these, after I do this, should be connected to the grid. All right, so now all we need to do is build a tubeway that can reach all of that. We already are pretty close with this one. Extremely close, actually. All we really need to do, I think, is that we can maybe go this way with it too. Finish building off that. Okay. And then obviously we need to get above these little power connections here. You know what? Why bother with these small ones? Instead of going up and down, I guess that would have been a reason to bother with the small ones. Let's not bother with this. Okay, let's make this one a 5, I guess. And then that should be able to reach everything. Vertical tubeway. I think that should enable them to build all of those power shafts. This is getting long. I apologize. Hoping with the time lapses it won't be too long. We just got these last building. I'm going to start doing my final check on the water flow direction and impermeable floors. It's going to come this way. Go this way. Go this way. Boom. Boom. We don't have these built. We need to figure out a way to build those. Okay. Go across this way. Drop down. Drop down right here. It needs to be caught right here. Okay, and then it'll go this way, this way, this way. Drop down here. Drop down here again. We need to figure out some tubeways above that to build those last impermeable floors. But it drops down there, lands here, goes this way, this way, this way, and through there. and out here, and we're golden. Okay, so we just need to figure out a way to get some tubeways to that other section, which I think this will help with some of them. And then for the others, we really just need to... I'll even extend this a hair further to make sure we can build everything necessary. I don't know what that pronunciation of necessary was, to be honest. Just ignore that. Okay. I think we have everything in place that needs to be built for this power tower. How are we looking on power? Gravity batteries are on the ground, and we are majorly short on our power needs. We're full on logs, though. We waited longer than we needed to, probably. We tried to plant every oak that we possibly could. Why aren't you planting trees? Because it's not working hours, of course. We definitely need some more oil presses. Because we're full up on canola, but not full up on oil. All right. It's a very roundabout path they're taking to get there. In the two ways. While that's completing one more triple check on the impermeable floor so we don't have bad water spill everywhere. Flows out this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. These are now will be being built soon because we got a tubeway up there. Okay. Drops down here as intended. And that's an impermeable floor. Okay. Drops down there. Goes this way, this way, this way, this way. That way drops down there as intended. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Drops down as intended. All impermeable floors. All have a levee backing it so it doesn't fall off the tower. Where did we say it drops through? Over here, okay? Catches it, goes this way, this way, this way, this way, out, and into where it's supposed to go. We're just waiting for those impermeable floors now. All right. If I go into like a building menu, it'll show me a little bit, kind of highlight those ones that we're waiting for. And we're waiting on this power tower too. That's less urgent. Just for the fact that that just connects these to the grid, but it won't have any impact on the structural integrity of our power tower. Like, it won't affect water dropping off where it shouldn't. So those top ones are done. Are these... Let's act like we were building impermeable floors again, so it kind of highlights any that aren't complete. I think they're complete, guys. We just have these to work on. Let's turn this bad water source back on and see if we got any big problems. Slow it down to 1 time speed while we do this. Maybe 2 times. One is so slow. Yeah, this was the design that had didn't have levees where it's not necessary, and more platforms and overhangs. I don't know, I kind of like the solid backing of this a little bit too. They both look cool in their own way. A lot of twists and turns here. Power supply is going up, up, up. Okay, the positive on this one is you can see the bad water falling down there. So that's pretty cool, actually. I like that. That looks good. That looks nice. Okay. No leaks so far. Knock on wood. We got plenty of logs to knock on. And even this is connected now, so this is part of the grid. We're doing good. Where's the water at now? Okay. Just started dropping down there. Excellent. Oh. We like doubled the size of this power tower. Almost. 2 layers out. It was quite a engineering feat, I think. I wouldn't say I'm a noob at this game, but I'm not a professional. Put it that way. Okay. The moment of truth is when we're going to see the water come out here. In fact, we can go up to triple speed now. That everything's completed and most of it's been done correctly. No leaks? No leaks. We got our bad water coming again. And we didn't run out of grease either. We needed that extract stored up. And thus the bad water. We did run out of bad water. That was used to make our explosives and extract. And we never ran out of extract while our power tower was shut down. Power tower expansion successful, ladies and gentlemen. Turn that lumber mill back on. Although we were full on planks. Let's turn off these engines and see what we are looking at power-wise without all of these excess engines. Ooh, not as much excess power as I would have hoped. But you know what? We do have those engines if we need, as we expand a little bit. I don't think we're going to expand a whole lot, to be perfectly honest, because game's kind of having some trouble. Computer's kind of having some trouble. I'd say maybe we get a little more green going on the map. Finish our food farm over there and see if we can bump up our population some. So yeah, we might need to turn those engines back on. That's kind of disappointing. All that work and we might have to turn our engines back on. Yeah, because we only have 1,100 HP to spare. I guess that's a lot considering each large water wheel is about 267. So it's like 4 large water wheels to spare. Definitely glad I added 2 layers out this way. Technically, we could always expand it out this way, but guys, I don't know if that was the most exciting content, watching all of that. Hopefully we got it refined a little bit. We have a lot more logs in storage now, so that whole process should be better. I think we could also benefit from storing some more planks, perhaps. So maybe next episode we'll increase our plank storage so that we never have, well, not never. So we hopefully don't have the waiting on resources issue again for any of our future projects. If you watch this whole video, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Leave a comment. I love to hear from you. And I will see you next time.